what's up, my little Tattle Tells? Yo, what is going on between Cynthia Bailey and Kenya Moore? Cynthia Bailey was on Watch What Happens Live and literally hit Kenya with the, I love her, but I'm not in love with her mess. Y'all, let's just go straight into the mess and hear what Cynthia got to say. But then again, you know, I was being nosy and piecing things together, and it looks like this fracture might have started all the way back on the Real Housewives of Girls Trips. Now, we know in the conclusion, a lot of people ain't like the way Cynthia was treated by Kenya. Kenya fans were like, well, guess what? Cynthia may have deserved it. But I'm going to also let you hear Cynthia's actual thoughts on why they fell out and where they are. Y'all, I think this started way before Big Brother. And I think now that she's not on Real Housewives of it, well, you know what? Let's listen to what she has to say and then meet me after the jump and I'll give my opinion and a little insider too.
Again, I will always have love in my heart for Kenya. You know, relationships, friendships go up and down, and it's really tough I've learned to maintain healthy relationships on, you know, when you work together on a platform like this sometimes. So, I love Kenya. I will always have love for her, but we are not where we used to be.
Did you sit down and talk after it was over? I mean, what?
We did talk on the phone. We did have a conversation on the phone, a
That
very
one
lengthy
conversation? Oh, a lengthy conversation.
Yeah, very lengthy conversation, and it was really good. It was really good, but it wasn't like, again, it was a conversation that could be more conversations, but I'm so happy for her. I think she did amazing on Dancing with the Stars. I was like cheering for her. Brooklyn is incredible. Okay. She's so beautiful, and you know, I'm good. I'm good, and I love her.
Okay.
To me, and I don't want to start any mess, even though you know it's my favorite thing to do. It sounds like Cynthia is now saying that her and Kenya were basically just work friends. You know how you got that good girlfriend or guy friend, what's up, Tattle Tells and Tattle Mells, that you chop it up with? It's so fun, it's so this, right? And then you stop working together and all of a sudden you all hang out. Y'all used to be like peanut butter and jelly, but now that you're not hanging out, now that you're not doing this, now that you're not doing that, there really isn't that much for you guys to talk about. And also, again, but then I thought, maybe this does have to do with Girls Trip, because listen to what Cynthia asked. This is an interview about Girls Trip. Just listen to the whole thing because it's actually really, really informative. And then meet me after the jump because I really want to hear what you got to say.
Atlanta can be very cutthroat. So I was like, if I can survive Atlanta, this will be a cakewalk.
Cynthia, thank you so much for being here. You know, I feel like this is a little bit bittersweet for us Atlanta fans because, you know, you're leaving the show and you're doing it so gracefully with your head held high.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. You know, this journey has been amazing. I've been on the show for 11 years. And honestly, me making my departure is really more of a celebration of an amazing journey. And it's not to say I won't ever consider going back. Just for right now, I just want to focus on some other things that are a little less, you know, drama based. I'm good on the drama right now.
Yeah, a little less on the drama side.
I need a break.
Okay, so I want to talk Girls Trip. I feel super excited about this show and I can really feel the buzz and the excitement. I don't know if you're seeing it, but everything on my phone is like Girls Trip, Girls Trip.
Oh, I'm super excited. You know, this was just really a great transition to go from that show and slide right on into promoting Girls Trip, which is still, you know, Housewives, but, you know, very different from what I'm used to on Atlanta. You know, we had like drama and conflict and all that stuff, but it wasn't like you didn't have to worry about like your man's mistress, you know, joining you guys for lunch unexpectedly, or some of the crazy things that I've seen happen on Atlanta. It just wasn't as dirty.
Yeah. So you mentioned that most of the housewives called you up to ask you about Kenya.
So, you know, she is the self-proclaimed shade assassin. She definitely will get in there and stir the pot and, you know, call you out. The one thing I'll say about Kenya is she's pretty fair, unless for some reason she just doesn't like you out the gate. But I feel like she gives everybody a chance. But now if she ain't checking for you, then you'll see that other side of Kenya. For the most part, they didn't want any smoke from her.
And did they get it? Did they get kind of that side?
Ramona got it, yeah.
Okay.
I think Ramona was really the only one that really felt the wrath of Kenya.
So you talked about that little tip you had with Kenya. What changed with that dynamic? Could you pinpoint, you know, what happened?
Well, for me, you know, it was kind of like a learning experience. I'm at a point in my life where I'm really happy and my focus is just on, I just celebrated my 1-year wedding anniversary. I'm older, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. And I think what I learned on that trip was setting healthy boundaries within my friendships. I just think that I, in the past, have just given a lot of passes and made a lot of excuses for people sometimes. I will always have love for Kenya. I'm not the kind of friend who can just fall out of love with you because we are no longer friends in that way. And just because we're not close anymore doesn't mean that we're not cordial and respectful. When you do make friends on a show like this, when you guys break off, it becomes really ugly and you're all on Instagram tearing each other apart and just being really nasty with each other. And that's something I'm definitely not interested in. I like where Kenya and I are. And I think there's a respect there. I respect her. She respects me. And I'm just really happy wherever we go with our friendship, it's not going to go to that ugly place, because I feel like when it goes there, then how could these people have ever cared about you in the first place if they really want to publicly try to humiliate you because you guys don't agree on something?
You're kind of the peacemaker on Atlanta, so you're very.
I tried, girl. I tried.
Right? Do you have any regrets about, maybe being a bit more confrontational on the show, bringing things up?
When I look back on my 11 years on the show, from first season to my last season, I was always genuinely me. And I never wanted to morph into some monstrous person who just became somebody else because of the show. I am who I am. I have great intentions. I'm always going to lead with love and light. That's just who I am. The type of women that I want in my life is always going to be receptive to that. You know what I mean? They're not going to look at it as like, oh, well, she doesn't speak up enough, or she doesn't do this enough, or she's too passive, or she's too this. People that care about me and love me take me as I am. And those are the kind of people that I want to focus my energy on, because when I love you for the good and the bad. And it's not that hard to be a friend to someone and make them feel that, you're being a friend.
So you mentioned that Real Housewives of Atlanta is pretty cutthroat. So out of all of the housewives on all of the seasons, except for Atlanta, who do you think could hold their own in the Atlanta cast?
Ooh, I definitely think Karen Huger from Potomac.
Yes.
I definitely think Giselle, and definitely Candace from Potomac. And actually Wendy too.
Yeah.
Most of the Potomac girls, to be honest. I think Potomac and Atlanta could just really mesh together.
Exactly.
And I think all the ladies do a good job of being true to who they are and holding their own.
You talked about Shade Assassin, and I would say Candace.
Oh, Candace is no joke.
Yeah.
Woo! I just saw her recently. I was like, her reads and her little snapback, she kind of reminds me of Phaedra when Phaedra's like, doing her reads. And I'm like, oh my God.
Thank you so much for joining us on this call.
Thank you so much, and I hope I answered your questions.
Now that we go through that, let me just say, right? I drag people for a living on this channel, but I actually really like Cynthia. I really am sad that she's not on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Say what y'all want. I thought she brought a nice neutrality to the show, but it wasn't boring. It was like the way she reminded me of like a real life nice person, where Cynthia was neutral in the fact that she could kick it with everybody. And I love the fact that she tried to play the peacemaker, and she always tried to give us a scene in her own way by keeping her integrity. Now that said, what do you think of those clips? Her and Kenya aren't cool anymore, but then when she was talking about the girls trip, she said that, also hinted that they kind of weren't cool, but also that if Kenya's not cool with someone, there might be a reason for that, which makes me think, why aren't they cool? Who's the one that split it? Y'all, I'm going through these streets trying to see, but what do you think what Cynthia said? Do you think it gave like more insight into it? I'm genuinely curious, because I thought they were super tight. And I thought they were more than work friends. But the more and more we get into it, the more and more it seems, damn, were they just work friends? Did we have it all wrong? Cynthia is really good for playing neutral. And again, don't drag me saying I'm saying she's boring. I don't. But I think all housewives needs a fun friend that ain't involved in all the beef. Like, everybody can't have beef. You know what I'm saying? We need a Switzerland. But anyway, I don't know. What y'all think how they fell out? I'm really searching and going through the archives trying to see. But I wanted to bring this to you, Tattle Tells. Let me know in the comments if you think you know why they fell out. To me, it sounds like maybe they weren't that good of friends and they were more work friends with everything. So maybe when Cynthia said, we're just still getting to know each other, maybe she meant even down in 2023. I don't know, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Bye.